Hello, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome to my channel and welcome to day 3 of the Reading Rush. So part 1 of this vlog that covered days 1 and 2 of the Reading Rush went up, well, today as I'm filming, but Wednesday as you're seeing this. It'll be up in a card here, it'll be down in the description, and it'll also be at the end card if you want to check that out. And as I predicted in that vlog, editing took me forever last night and also this morning. So I am definitely running very late today, so I'm going to try to keep this intro short. So I'm just going to start with like a quick reminder about where I'm at in my Reading Rush TBR, and spoiler alert, it's not very far, but it's not too bad either, I don't think. So the first book I started was The Diviners by Libba Bray. I got to page 101, and mostly right now I'm just waiting for like the plot to pick up. I'm not the biggest fan of murder mysteries or just really mysteries in general, but there's also just like some really cool things about this series, like the 1920s setting and also the occult stuff, and also just like our main characters. I am really liking all of that, so I do want to give this book like a fair shot here and not just like not like it because of the mystery. But in order for that to happen, I'm definitely going to need to see like more stuff happen in this plot here coming up, so hopefully that happens. So the next book I started was A Book Thief by Markus. I'm 187 pages into this one. I think when you last saw me with this, I was like 170 something. I read while my video was exporting. Still didn't read too far enough to like have a solid reading update here. My thoughts are mostly remaining the same, except I did just get to like the core plot of this book, I think. I'm really excited to like see where that goes, as it's been one of my favorite stories for like such a long time now. I'm very happy that I'm revisiting it. I'm not sure I love it as much as the movie, but hopefully maybe that'll come later on in the book. And the third book is Versailles the Dead by Kimiko Sukane. This was actually the only book I finished so far in this readathon. So if you want to hear me like talk in depth about this, check out my first vlog. But yeah, at this point with this book, I'm just happy I have something done. So the last book from my Reading Rush TBR is The Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. I actually have not gotten a chance to start this yet. I really want to because I really want to read this book. It is a pretty short book, so I don't suspect that it's going to take me too long to read it. I definitely do want to give this attention, maybe today, but probably tomorrow, and if not, then definitely the next day. It's going to depend on how the others I've already started go. I typically like to save like my shorter books towards the end, just so I can have like quick reads at the end and just like relax. I love books about like outlaws, and also this seems to have like a lot of found family dynamics. So this book just seems like a combination of a lot of things that I love, but it's also in like a Western genre, which I don't think I've ever read before, which is the prompt. I definitely am curious to just see like how I feel about that genre like as a whole. But yeah, I definitely do want to get to this soon. We're just gonna have to see how like the rest of today goes. I don't suspect it's going to go well, but also tomorrow. I really hope that's a good day. So the Reading Rush Instagram challenge today, which by the way, I'll leave like Reading Rush links down in the description below if you want to like check those out. But the challenge today is to take a picture of your current read with your pet. I have set a fuzzy blanket down here next to me and I have a taker. This is actually my favorite Instagram challenge so far. I'm really hoping this turns out. So right now I have 2 current reads, so I'm going to try to like do a book stack. I don't know how that's going to go. I technically have more than 2 current reads. I think my Goodreads actually says I'm reading like 6 books right now, which is just crazy because before the Reading Rush I was reading things and then I like put a pause on those to read these. We're just going to like not focus on that and focus on these 2 instead. So I'm going to go take the picture. Also, before I forget, my Instagram will be linked in the description down below if you want to see these pictures in like their final form or anything. Then after that, I actually am in the mood for The Diviners today, so I definitely think I'm going to like ride that feeling out here, because honestly I don't know how often I'm going to have that feeling, so I'm definitely going to like use that to my advantage today. So I will see you again when I have a reading update. Okay, so it's now day 4. Day 3 was probably what I would consider my worst day so far, probably my biggest fail reading-wise. I read about 80 pages of The Diviners, and that's it. That's all I accomplished there. Now that being said, I actually did make what I think could be a breakthrough in this book. Like, I was just reading along, and like there were parts that were like standing out to me, and then there were parts I was having trouble paying attention to, so for the most part I was just like kind of coasting through this, not like caring too much about it. It was diving like a little deeper into like the occult stuff, and it talked like a little bit about religion, and then it like, I read one sentence and I was like, oh, is that where this is going? Because if it is, I'm into this. It was then that I like got a vision of like what this series could be for me. I still don't know if it's going that way, and for the most part the plot really is just moving kind of slowly. Other than that, I still really like our characters. I'm liking when they like interact with each other. I think there's like some fun banter in there. So far, overall, I'm on page 183. So like the murder mystery part, that's a no for me, but like the characters and like the magic system and also just like all of the occult stuff that's going on, that's all a yes. So I'm hoping it focuses more on that side of things moving forward. That one line in here that really put things into perspective for me, it made me wish like I annotated books because like I just wanted to highlight it. That's how excited I got about it. And honestly, at the same time, I was kind of mad at this book that it like took us so long to get to that point where I felt that way. So like I am a little frustrated with it, but like I'm keeping an open mind because I do want to have a good relationship with this series and I want to like it so bad, especially if that line is where it's going. So as you can see back here, I did have 3 more books come in for my last book order. So we're going to go in alphabetical order, and the first book is Hunted by the Sky by Tanaz Bathina. So this book takes place in like medieval India, and it follows our main character who has a birthmark on her arm, and this birthmark has led to like many people who also have that go missing over the years. Also because of that birthmark, her parents were murdered by the king. However, one day she finds a group of rebel women, and then she uses this as an opportunity to get revenge. So every time that I've like seen this cover over like the past couple months, I don't know when this book came out, but I do think it's a relatively new release. Every time I've seen it, it's just been like calling out to me, so I really do want to give this a shot. Like I have a good feeling about it. Revenge stories are always in some way like pretty fun for me to read, and also like the setting of medieval India sounds really cool. But yeah, basically I just have a really good feeling about this one, and I'm really hoping it turns out. So next we have Seasons of the Storm by El Casimano. So this book follows the physical embodiments of the 4 seasons. Every year, each season must hunt down and kill the season that comes before them. Winter and spring end up falling in love, and then they have to like try to escape the cycle in order to be together. I also think this is a relatively new release because I remember looking through like new releases for a month and really considering this hard, but ended up going a different way because I wasn't sure I was gonna like the romance. Like on one hand, I do really see like a lot of potential for me to love the romance because it sounds like kind of angsty, but I had concerns about just like how slow burn or how developed it was going to be in the beginning, or whether or not they were just going to start off the book together. If they start off the book together, I don't think I'm going to like really like that too much. I think I would like to see like a relationship develop. But this book just sounds kind of different. Like I haven't read anything like it before, which is what drew me to it in the first place. But I do want to give this a chance because like I said, it does feel different, and I feel like I read a lot of YA that just like kind of falls into like the same different trope of fantasy. So every time like I find a chance to like branch away from that, I do typically want to take it. So yeah, hopefully I like it. I can see it going a lot of different ways, but I do think it's worth a shot. Next we have The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. So this is like inspired and kind of like a retelling of The Princess Bride, or what I've seen from like reviews, very loosely inspired by The Princess Bride. I've never seen that movie, so like comparing the two won't be an issue for me, but I have seen like some reviews where it has been an issue. This follows a princess whose true love is a stable boy, and he is kidnapped to try to like force her into like a political arranged marriage. However, our main character was raised to be a warrior here, so instead of just like succumbing to that, she wants to rescue him and fight back. I see a lot of things about this book having like a really strong warrior female lead, so I'm really excited for that. And when I saw those compliments, that was pretty much the deciding factor here for me. Like I said, I'd never seen The Princess Bride, so I don't have anything to say about that. Once again, I'm not too sure how I'm going to feel about the romance. If I end up liking it, I end up liking it. I'm not going to question it at this point. So for the rest of today, I am running a little late on my Instagram picture. The prompt is to take a photo where your book and the background match. I think honestly my best bet is to try to like find like some sand. There seems to be like some sand and like mountains in the background here, and try to match it with this. Also, speaking of this, I'm using today to just like get everything started. Well, I only have 3 books left, 2 of them are already started, so I will be starting this. I'm basically throwing any strategy that I had at the beginning of this out the window because I did have a bad day yesterday, and I suspect I'm gonna have another bad day tomorrow since I'm editing tonight. So I want to like use my good days to get as far into these books as I possibly can in order to just like try to not fail this readathon. Okay, so we're gonna get going here, and I will give you a reading update later. Okay guys, I'm back with a reading update, and then after this I'm going to end this vlog off. So the first thing that I read today is I finally started the Good Luck Girls. I got about 60 pages in, and I should have said the plots at the beginning of this video, but we're going to do it now. So this follows a group of girls known as the Good Luck Girls. They were sold to a welcome house when they were really young, and then this is where they also got like these cursed brandings. When one of these girls accidentally murders somebody, they work together to like escape from the welcome house to like find their freedom, justice, and also revenge. And during this time, they are also being hunted down by powerful forces, both human and not. Their only hope comes from a bedtime story that has been passed down from one good luck girl to the other. I'm liking our characters. I'm really enjoying seeing them just like escape from this place, like the welcome house, which by the way, there will be content warnings in the description because of that house. I mentioned this in my last vlog, but I typically do enjoy an ensemble cast, and this seems to be no exception to that. So yeah, I'm actually having a really good time with this, which feels very refreshing. So the next book I want to talk about is the Book Thief. I got to page 182. So this book takes place in Nazi Germany, and it follows our main character as she like discovers her love of reading, and then she starts stealing books from like book burnings and just wherever else she can find them. However, her world gets turned upside down when her family takes in a Jewish man and hides him in their basement. So this book is for a read a book that inspired a movie view scene prompt. I really love this movie, and I have for a really long time, ever since I was a kid when I first saw it. However, I also haven't watched it in a really long time, so I have no idea if that holds up. But otherwise, I just do really have a fond memory of the story, just like in general. This book started out like a little rocky for me. Like I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it, which was my biggest fear going into this, was I wasn't gonna like it as much as I liked the movie. And then late into day 2, I think it was, the story really started to pick up for me, which was a really big relief. And now it seems like it's even more picking up for me. Like I'm actually really enjoying this. I actually had a little trouble putting it down earlier to start reading the Diviners, which there's still a lot of pages left, but I do think that's a really good sign. This is the first time that I've actually had a thought about having Death as the narrator. Death as a character tends to spoil things before they happen, and then he spoiled just pretty much the ending of the book, just like halfway through it, not even halfway through. Which is a weird thing for me to complain about because like I have seen the movie, so like I knew what he said was coming anyway. And maybe if I hadn't seen the movie, what he said wouldn't be like negatively impacting my experience. Like it probably would have still surprised me if I hadn't seen the movie. Oh no, we're still sitting at a 4-star right now. It still has plenty of pages to try to get the 5 though. Okay, so next I read the page 224 of the Diviners. So this book follows our main character Evie as she has moved out of her small town in Ohio to go live in New York City in the 1920s. There she lives with her uncle who has like this obsession with the occult. Evie has a supernatural ability of her own, and when there's this murder that takes place, she realizes her ability can actually have use in like figuring it out. And this was for the read the first book you touch prompt. And then all 3 they start with the word the, which was another prompt. Then Versailles the Dead back there took care of the other 2 prompts. I feel like this book and I really had a breakthrough last night. Like I feel like I'm actually starting to enjoy it more than I thought I was going to at the beginning of this. Because up until that point last night there was just like almost nothing that I was really enjoying. Like I liked the setting, I liked the occult stuff, and then I did like our characters. I'm still having the best time with this book when it comes to the occult stuff, unless there's just like fun banter between the characters. Not much of it typically interests me. Going forward, I just really hope that they lean into that a little more. But like I said, it is starting to pick up. We did have a really good time together today. So I do see a lot of potential here, and there's still a lot left, so maybe it'll deliver still. I don't know. I don't even know what I would rate this right now. It's just been like a 3-star, I guess. But it could still get a 4, I think. I couldn't see it getting higher unless it really blows me away back here. So it's getting close to 7 o'clock now, and I need to start transferring footage over to my laptop so I can get to editing. So this is where I'm going to end this vlog off, and then the next vlog will have 3 books to tackle in 3 days. I'm not sure what my strategy is going to be in the next 3 days. I thought about just like finishing 1 book a day, but I know that's not going to happen. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just like reading all 3 each day and just like an amount of each one. And then at the end of the vlog just doing like a big spoiler for review session, and then just like a wrap-up session, and then we'll end this whole thing off. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's vlog. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that. And hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!